Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit07 coming to you today with another quick review, fresh off the truck from yesterday from Shozy Store. I got in Deadly. It's also Magic Square's version of Perceptor from the 86 movie. And I've noticed I'm on a conquest now on a collision course to get all of the Season 2, Episode 30, Child's Play. Since Aaron is like on all the Magic Square packaging, I've got to get all these guys for that episode and get them together. Getting a hold of that Conehead Thrust. Is it right? Thrust or it's one of the Coneheads is in there. I think it was Thrust. I'm having trouble with that. And then I've also got to get the bits and pieces for the Tornado team in from Magic Square because those were kind of left out, tossed out. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this around and take a closer look at Perceptor. As far as the rest of the review goes, we know that Deadly is his Magic Square name, but we're going to refer to him as Perceptor because, guys, it's Perceptor. So there's a look at the front of the box, MS-B33, Deadly, Ding Dang. I guess that's the company that makes the legend, or the sub-company inside the Magic Square that makes the legends. Some more of that Aaron on the side. You got a silhouette of Perceptor in his microscope mode there, that side. You can pause and scan there, but they don't sell this in any retail store over here in the States. I don't know what they do across the pond, but I'm so grateful that they crank these stuff out. Special thanks to TS Safari and Shozy Store and MagicSquare.com for sending that stuff across the pond so quickly. Let's crack this box open and see what all comes inside the box. Inside of Perceptor's box, we get a couple of things. We get the standard issue. I don't want to get these outside the wrap because they look so good. They're on that card. It's really, really nice. And I guess it's already open. So if I wanted to do that, I would do that. But I'll lay it to the side. We do get the instructions, nicely numbered. Sometimes these things can be really, really rough and tough to read. But hopefully with the simplistic transformation of Perceptor in any of his forms, maybe I can figure this out with this without going to street shooters. We get Perceptor inside his packaging. This looks very toy color, but like they go for the animation accuracy too. So we're going to get them on out of the box here. We got a standard issue Pew Pew, standard for Perceptor no matter the company and or the continuity. It's pretty much the same kind of pistol. And then we got Perceptor himself. Let's take a closer look at him on the turntable. Here is Perceptor on the turntable with a quick little, there's your starboard side, your aft side. Look how complete this is all the way around. No holiness, no gaps. Like I said, very, very animation accurate unless I move something and it makes a gap. But I mean, this looks top notch. Miniature masterpieces. Let's take a closer look at those details, and the face and all that looks so top notch. I love the paint that was used there. Very, very G1. This is just high end, really awesome for the cost. I think I paid $40 for it, and it's just top notch, man. Just look at the paintwork on his forearms, the other details on his shoulder. Go around to the back side. Just a little bit of holiness, but I bet you it's almost to peg in something to make it work for the alt mode, which is a microscope. Don't know, I haven't watched any videos if you can do the tank mode as well. And going down the legs, just I love this. Like it looks like it's painted on top of that plastic, and it's not like the gummy plastic either. It's like the actual hardcore stuff. You got some going into that articulation. You got some limitability with this ankle rockers there. You do got a hidden knee swivel at the bottom of the knee there. You can get that much in his legs. When it comes to that, you can lift up the arms and get the full Mr. T. There's no imposing, so you get the full Van Damage and the full Mr. T. You can lift up the front whole piece hip skirt. And there's another double hinge here that you can get that super high kicks or even like a full frontal tumbling, however you want to do it. It's a little bit gappy there, but you also getting up there, you can go all the way around at the waist. You can also do an ab crunch. So you got two sets of things that you can do, one below the waist and one above, that you can get that extra articulation. That is so magic soft goodness. Magic Square goodness. You got all the way around the shoulder. Due to how they constructed it, you get that full Mr. T again. And on mine, the shoulders are really stiff, but you get above the elbow there. I'm just afraid to get it. I don't want to snap it or anything. You get right under 90 at the elbow there. You get all the way around at the wrist. Both of these pop off super duper easy. Take care when handling, just as I demonstrate right there. And goes right into that transformation business that I'll do off camera because I just don't. You got some articulation there. You got a knob that does spin on top, and you do get all the way around at the head because it's on that ball joint. And I just don't want to spin and bust it, but you do get that all important I can fly looking up thing going on there. So all that said, you can disconnect this, and it does disconnect on its own, but you can also click it back into place. Things and stuff that you can do with Perceptor, and that's about going to do it for his robot mode. You've probably seen hundreds of people do this before me because I am late to the Magic Square and New Age games, but we're going to get this guy into his microscope mode and take a closer look there in 3, 2, 1, and here is Perceptor in his microscope mode. Just wanted to show off that I got the little Toy Hacks symbol there on his down periscope, if you will. He looks really, really awesome, guys. Starboard side, your aft side cleans up fairly good, as they all seem to do here with Magic Square. Either in alt mode or in robot mode, they go for that animation accuracy to a T. Let's take a closer look at those details. I love the way that this looks right here. These don't actually spin. I can't get them to spin, but this will take and turn. This can be let out like that, and or you can shove it in and you can get that closer look with that little lens thing popping out there. I mean, they left no detail to turn. You can also take and examine his pew-pew. Make the pew-pew a specimen that you can sit there and take and make a fine-tune and look at. This really, really cool that you can do a little something with that. As you go around, you can see the treads that will be fumbly and fiddly during the transformation, but once you get the green piece hooked up into the waist and this stuff tabbed in, it does sit pretty good. You will, however, by one turn or another, you will probably wrestle those treads because this does not tab in securely right here at the end. Everything else seems to tab in good. I've got to shave a little bit off of this little spot right here because it does not want to tab in, and I don't want to force it. This other side did tab in really good right here, but really solid looking alt mode. And let's just do some comparisons since I did this last. Here he is with Jazz in vehicle mode, and you can see how the paint has faded off of there. You can see the floor looks good on that side, but not so good on that side anymore. I don't know what gives with the paint on my Jazz. I don't know if it was a TF Safari, maybe he sent me a knockoff of it, but I mean, this is the worst paint work I've had with any of the Magic Square in my experience. I need to get a hold of maybe the New Age thing. I hadn't actually seen if it would actually work. It looks like it's about the same size anyway, and maybe I can pull a rabbit out of the hat and have nice Toy Hacks labels on that. But back to Perceptor now here. Like whenever you see that season 2 episode 30 Child's Play episode, you get a roll along of the Autobots in their vehicle mode. I don't think Jazz is in that episode, but I know like Inferno, Bumblebee, Optimus, they were like rolling along, and there was a microscope chasing the vehicles, and that was kind of, really hilarious how that turned out. So with all that said and done, let's get him into, I figured out how to get him into his tank-esque mode. And earlier I did get this to go into here, but I'm not going to go forcing it to. As my mic, decided to fall between the cracks in the table here at Weaver Park. But yeah, you can do that up there if you decide to. Let's get him into this tank mode. So when you loosen up the hips and you spin at the waist and then you turn this around, you can have that totally going on, and you can extend that cannon. And while not perfect, you do get a tank-esque mode out of Perceptor, even in his Magic Square form. And I did manage to get an Autobot symbol on there, shoehorned in. And I think this looks amazing, guys. I mean, just wow. Let's get him back in his robot mode and some final thoughts. Into those final thoughts, I wanted to give you one more little thing you can do. You can stow the periscope cannon in onto his back just like so, and he looks pretty cool, man. Keeps it from getting snapped off and broke because that is a thin piece of plastic. Some final thoughts on Magic Square's Deadly, also known as Perceptor. This guy is phenomenal. I never did get to own the original version of Perceptor back in G1. I mean, he was a harmless microscope that turned into a tank if you wanted to shoehorn in the third mode. But this guy is awesome. Magic Square is just really, really cool, and I hate that I didn't get to the game as early as everybody else, but better late than never in my case. And just a phenomenal piece to have. So tickled to have this in hand and bringing it to you today from beautiful Weaver Park here in North Carolina. The weather got a little bit more decent. I started filming in the afternoon after I got through with my route, Mills on Mills the other day, and I'm finishing up before I get on my DoorDash this Sunday morning. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Like I said, I got this from ITS. No, I got this from Show Z Store, or not Show Z Store. I actually from MagicSquare.com. You might want to go over there and check that out. Maybe see if it's still on sale or whatnot. It's a worthy piece, a good jumping point. Simple transformation, tabulicious, all the good stuff. The only thing that if there was a negative to pick at it, it'd be the way that does inside of the microscope tank mode with those treads. But I mean, very, very solid piece, guys. Thanks again for watching. You guys have an excellent and safe week out there. Till all are one, guys.